Have you ever wondered, what if the creation story wasn't about the beginning of matter at all? What if Genesis wasn't written to explain atoms, planets, or galaxies, but to reveal how God was bringing order, purpose, and covenant identity to his people? This is the story of creation, like you've never heard it before. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But in the ancient world, this wasn't a claim about molecules or the Big Bang. Instead, it was about assigning functions, turning chaos into cosmos, disorder into a covenant home. The earth was formless and void, Genesis 1:2. Not empty of matter, but empty of purpose. Like a house waiting for furniture or a temple waiting for worship, creation longed for its order. God was about to build his cosmic temple and place his people within it. Let there be light. With these words, God did not invent photons. He was revealing his glorious presence for the very first time to humankind. He was making people aware of the difference between knowledge and ignorance of the divine. The first covenantal gift. God spoke again, separating the waters above from the waters below, forming the heavens. He gathered the seas, revealing dry land. This was God assigning covenant identity. The waters above symbolized the leaders, while the earth below referred to the common citizens of the covenant, and the seas were Gentiles of many tribes and language who could draw near to God also. This wasn't the making of molecules. It was covenantal geography and demographics. A temple court was being prepared. When God set the sun, moon, and stars in their places, he was not inventing glowing orbs in the sky. Those already existed. Instead, he assigned covenantal functions for leaders, to mark days, seasons, and festivals. Moreover, he was designating royalty, the prophetic and priestly functions to those among his people that would serve as leading lights during times of light and periods of darkness in their history. This was about worship and leadership, about sacred time, the calendar of God's people in the ages to come. The waters teemed with fish, the skies filled with birds, the land brought forth animals. Again, this was not about molecules appearing, but about roles and functions. Every creature was given its covenantal place in God's ordered world. The waters represented the Gentiles, and the fish symbolized the humans within who lived in those chaotic regions far from God's knowledge. The birds symbolized those men who were migrating covenantally from the chaotic waters and drawing closer to the God of the covenant. The land animals were those people that lived in close proximity to God's temple. These were not far from knowing God. Finally, God created man, Adam, in his image. But here's the key. In the ancient world, an image was not about physical likeness. It was about function and authority. Adam, both male and female, were placed as priests, priestesses, kings, and queens in God's cosmic temple. These were not the first humans on earth. These were the first covenantal people of God, called to rule over the fish, birds, land animals, and creeping things, called to serve and reflect him as his special covenant sons and daughters. On the seventh day, God rested. But this was not about fatigue. In the ancient world, when a god rested, it meant he took his seat in his temple. Genesis ends not with exhaustion, but with enthronement. God had established his cosmic temple and placed his image bearers in it. The creation story is about covenant, not chemistry, about God organizing his world into sacred order so that his people could dwell with him. So when you hear, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth," remember, Genesis was never about atoms or galaxies. It was about purpose, order, and covenant. God was preparing a sacred home, a cosmic temple, where his people could reflect his image and join him in his rest. This is the creation story, like you've never heard it before.